The Lantern in the Storm. In a small town near the edge of a vast forest, there lived a poor boy named Ayaan. He was 15 years old, thin and quiet, but his heart was full of kindness. Ayaan lived with his grandmother in a small wooden house. They had very little money. His grandmother would often say, "We may not have gold, but we have goodness, and that is greater than gold." Every evening, Ayaan carried a small lantern and walked to the marketplace to help travelers find their way in the dark. The town had no streetlights, and the forest path was dangerous at night. For guiding people safely, some travelers would give him a few coins. One cold evening, dark clouds gathered in the sky. Thunder roared loudly, and rain began to fall heavily. The market closed early, and people rushed to their homes. "Ayaan, don't go out tonight," his grandmother said worriedly. "The storm is too strong." But Ayaan looked at his small lantern and replied, "Grandmother, someone might be lost in this storm. If I can help even one person, I must go." His grandmother sighed but smiled proudly. "Go carefully, my child." The wind was fierce. Rain soaked his clothes within minutes. The lantern flickered again and again, almost going out. Ayaan shielded it with his hands and continued walking toward the forest path. Suddenly, he heard a faint cry. "Help! Is anyone there?" Ayaan followed the voice and found an old man sitting near a broken cart. The wheel had snapped, and the horse had run away in fear of the thunder. "Sir, are you hurt?" Ayaan asked. "My leg. I think it's twisted," the old man groaned. "I was heading to the next town, but the storm caught me." Without hesitation, Ayaan helped the man stand up and placed his arm around his shoulder. Slowly, step by step, they walked toward Ayaan's small house. The journey was long and difficult. The storm grew stronger. Twice, Ayaan slipped in the mud, but he never let the lantern fall. Finally, they reached home. His grandmother quickly brought warm water and wrapped the old man's leg with cloth. She gave him hot soup and dry clothes. The old man looked around the tiny house, the cracked walls, the old wooden table, the simple beds. Yet he felt something warm there, something richer than luxury. "You helped me without asking who I am," the old man said softly. Ayaan smiled. "You needed help. That is enough." The next morning, the storm had passed. Sunlight filled the sky. The old man stood at the door, ready to leave. Before going, he turned to Ayaan and said, "Young boy, do you know who I am?" Ayaan shook his head. "I am Kareem Rahman, the owner of the largest trading company in this region." Ayaan's eyes widened. Everyone had heard of Kareem Rahman, a wealthy and powerful businessman. The old man continued, "Last night, I learned something important. I have money, but I rarely see kindness like yours." He took out a small card and handed it to Ayaan. "Come to my office tomorrow." The next day, Ayaan visited the grand building in town. Kareem Rahman welcomed him warmly. "I want to sponsor your education," he said. "A heart like yours deserves knowledge and opportunity." Ayaan could not believe his ears. Years passed. Ayaan studied hard and became a respected engineer. But he never forgot his small lantern. One day, as a successful man, he returned to his old town. He built proper streetlights along the forest road so no child would ever have to risk their life in storms again. At the opening ceremony, someone asked him, "Why did you choose this town for your first project?" Ayaan smiled and replied, "Because kindness lit my path here, and I only returned the light." True wealth is not measured by money, but by kindness. When you help others selflessly, life finds a way to reward you.